All right, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Team Reactive question and answer session. My name is Paul Tyra, and I am home. Great to be home, back here in Henderson, Nevada, or Las Vegas area of. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, I'm going to request that you click in the comment section down here on the bottom. In the area, there's a link, and it'll jump you right into the Hangout. You do have to be logged in to your Google Plus or your before you do so, and then that way you'll be able to get connected, and we'll see it, and you can ask your question. In the meantime, I'm going to answer a question that I get frequently, and it was a great experience this last weekend in Hawaii, or this last week rather in Hawaii, because I met a group of folks, two in particular, that are living this and are doing this, have answered it themselves through their actions. And the question is Paul, how do you sign someone up in the business who's young? Because they're not going to get a profound product experience unless they're a competitive athlete. Why would they want to do the business? And this really goes back to the whole concept of, if you are educating people about building a successful network marketing business versus trying to convince them about using a specific product or technology, and if they understand the market potential, I mean, we can literally tap in to $3 trillion marketplaces, right? Between the health and beauty marketplace, to the anti-aging, to the sports and performance marketplace. You don't have to have a profound product experience yourself to be able to become successful here. I don't know how many people, in the beginning, when you first got a personal computer 30 years ago, when they were developing the personal computer, whether or not you could use it, or there was an application for you to use to be yourself, to make your life better, or to be worth the $5,000 it would have cost you to own your own personal computer, or at least a couple $1,000s. No matter if it was worth it for you at that time, did not mean that there wasn't a tremendous opportunity for you in the future, and as this was being introduced to the public, to the masses. Okay, so just like the multivitamins, there were young who take multivitamins who pretty much no one, I mean, the huge majority of people don't feel or notice anything. Well, how do those people, how did they create these successful businesses? And how are they creating successful businesses today, even with a non-unique product in a space that has, that is really saturated with competition? Again, because the messaging, because people understand how to build a network marketing business and what to be communicating. In the case of ASEA, we have a revolutionary, patent-protected technology, health technology, that is more fundamental than the antioxidant drink or the multivitamin space, weight loss space. Okay, because it's something that your body, these molecules, are the same things that your body produces every second of every day inside of every single cell. So bottom line is, a young person who's hungry, who understands this concept and understands that they're building a network distribution, or a distribution network rather, not selling the results of a specific product technology. The important thing is that the technology works, of course, and we have hundreds of thousands of experiences with very little product return rate. You can build a business around that using that information alone. So the messaging to the younger generation is simply that, and realizing what the challenges are of this new generation are, and that is increased student loan debt. Right? The average student has $33,000 of student loan debt upon graduation. Realize that in the early 90s, that was about 13,000. So it's about tripled, okay, in just the last 20 years. And the average college graduate is earning 15% less than what they did in the year 2000. So in the last 15 years here, the actual average amount that a college graduate earns less, 15% less. So you have more debt upon graduation and you're earning less. That doesn't make a lot of sense, right? And what's happening globally is jobs are being outsourced, not blue collar worker jobs like manufacturing jobs. We already know we've lost those to some of these third world countries who can pay someone $3 a day, right, to do what someone won't even do for $15 an hour here in our country. We're also losing white collar work as well. Things like customer support, right? You call up something for, let's say, your cell phone, and you call customer service, and someone with a Filipino accent or an Indian accent is on the other line of the phone. They're not. It's not because they're in the Filipino town somewhere here in one of our great cities here in the United States. They're actually in the Philippines. The people in India are actually in India, and they're taking your calls. Why? Because again, they could pay them a fraction of the amount versus having to do it here in the United States. These jobs are probably not coming back. Okay, they're probably not coming back. And even now, it goes up into upper management, and middle management to upper management, project management, etc. People with high levels of education able to run entire companies from other countries, again, and do it for a fraction of the cost. So this situation, and the solution rather, is to own your own business, control your own destiny, rather than wait for someone to hire you and fire you and have to go look for another job. The average job or number of jobs rather that a college graduate will have today is 12 over their lifetime. And that keeps continuing to increase and increase. The problem is every time you get a new job, you kind of got to start all over from ground zero. It's really tough to build up that, annuity or that seniorship or tenure, if you will, that you used to be able to do at the beginning of the industrial age, right? The days when people could just go to work for some huge company, work for 30 years, retire, and still have, some time to enjoy life and not have to worry about any financial concerns. That day is gone, as Les Brown said, right? Those days are over. That 40-40-40 plan is gone. And people now that aren't realizing that and are holding on to that old mentality, that old trading time for money mentality, and are not creating leverage, they're going to miss out. So this message is simply the message that you share with this younger generation. We call it the Generation Y, under 35 years old. This is the fastest growing and responsible for the most enrollments in some legacy companies like Amway, Mary Kay. About 30% of their new enrollments here in North America are this Generation Y. Why? Because they're hungry. They are hungry, and they are willing to go to work. They're willing to learn, be educated. They're not someone who's gotten beat up over their life, wants to argue and be negative about everything. No, they are able to come into this and look at this with a fresh perspective. And now with all the systems and platforms, things that we have here at ASEA in place, heck, all they got to do is drink this stuff every day. That'll help them in the long term. But who really cares? They're not going to have some life-shattering product experience. So you need to focus on the life-shattering lifestyle reward that they can create for themselves and their families or future families, right? Imagine that, being able to start a financial woes, not have that. Imagine that if you could pass down and teach others that as your legacy. I mean, that's what the ability is here with ASEA. So hopefully that helps. Again, you're seeing these college students, a lot of them are really sharp. They're figuring it out themselves as they're going through college, getting a year, 2, 3 years into the process, going, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? And then they're learning what's happening to people who are currently in that path, who've been doing it for a while. and who have just lost their job or going to other things, and realizing that, hey, they may have to struggle for the rest of their life and possibly not be able to retire at all. So again, hopefully that helps you to go out there and educate our wonderful younger generation. They're our future, because we truly do have a better way, as Eric Corey would say. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This week is going to be a tough week, or this upcoming week rather, with regards to our Q&A sessions. We're not going to have our Connection Hangout because we're going to be in St. Thomas at the beautiful Ritz-Carlton resort there for our annual Diamond trip. Congratulations, and looking forward to seeing everybody down there. So we're going to be there Tuesday through Sunday, but if we got decent internet connection, I'd love to answer your questions. You know, may not be at the exact time slot, but type in underneath the screen here right now. If you think of something, type it in right now, and we'll be able to answer those next week, or throughout, I mean, sometime, as long as I have internet connection. If I don't, I apologize ahead of time, and we'll still answer it at the first available opportunity. It might not be till next Sunday or Monday. But anyways, take care, everyone. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. By the way, happy Halloween. Be safe out there. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.